you came into this world, you had nothing. You were bare, you were naked, you had nothing. But you were given a brain, you were given arms and hands and legs and like all these tools to do things with and to make something of yourself.
Is my sister, she lives in Vancouver, and she was telling me, like, I really want to see the sun, like I really miss it, like I want to go somewhere so I can be in the sun. And then this morning I woke up and there was the sun, so I felt a lot more gratitude for it because she showed me the duality.
When I do something with my right hand, like I open a car door, which used to be very hard for me with my right hand, I think, thank goodness I have my right hand. It serves as a reminder from time to time, because it's impossible to be grateful for every finger and every toe. And
If so many things are given to us, right? How do you think that we build a self-esteem?
I mean, I guess
Hello, brothers and sisters, and welcome back to the Remember podcast, the podcast where we try to remember through a conversation with each other what is already inside of us and bring it out, right? Today, my guests are Fatima, my beautiful partner, and we both live here in Bogota, Colombia. And so her friend, Jenna, came to visit us here in Bogota. And she is someone who is very grateful in life. And so we wanted to have a conversation about gratefulness. And this is how it turned out. Let's go. So, Jenna. The other day, we were at a restaurant, and Jenna said a very interesting quote that made us think a lot. Can you please remind us what was that quote?
Yeah, sure. It was something along the lines of, what do you have that has not been given to you? And if it was given to you, why do you boast about it? Yeah.
Because it made us realize that, like, we often think that a lot of things are being given to us, or the contrary. Like, you think that you did everything on your own, and then you want to be prideful about it. And we have heard a lot of people in society being like, I'm a self-made millionaire, or like, I did everything on my own, so I deserve it all, and no one helped me. But it made us realize that that's not really true. Like, because when I thought about it, I was like, what wasn't given to me? Like, even the fruits that I buy, like, were given to me. And even if I grow my own food, then it's the earth that gave it to me. And you know what I mean? Like, if we continue thinking about it, even the phone, like, someone made it, and even the phone was made out of the earth. So, like, out of materials from the earth. So
Yeah. Everything that you have and that you use, it wasn't yours to begin with. You think you came into this world, you had nothing. You were bare, you were naked, you had nothing. But you were given a brain, you were given arms and hands and legs and like all these tools to do things with and to make something of yourself. So even that, even your body, you didn't do anything to deserve it, you just were given it.
Yeah, I guess how this like question came to be is we were wondering, like, then how is it that we can be proud of something if things are usually given to us? What creates that kind of meaning for ourselves? When can we be proud of something? When can I say, oh, like, I achieved this golden medal and I am deserving of it because I did certain things to get it? What do you think?
Well, I'd say think about it this way. You give two people a hammer, okay? One of them goes, oh my goodness, I have this hammer. Let me hammer some nails and some wood. I'll build a house. The second person goes, I have a hammer. So what? There's a choice there. There's a choice to either use those tools that were given
Mm.
to you or to not. So I I think you can in a way be proud or at least be happy with yourself that you've used these things that were given to you. I think above everything you have to be grateful for them. And so even when you accomplish something really, really great, you should be saying something like, oh my goodness, I'm so thankful that I have, that all this stuff was given to me so that I could use it to
Mm.
accomplish this. But there's still that choice there of I chose to use these things that were given to me, you know? And I think at that point, not necessarily be prideful that you chose to use them, but look back and say I did something good. I used what I was given.
Mm. But so, do you feel like being happy for for doing something good out of your tools is not being prideful? Like, is there another word then?
Yeah, to me at least, prideful has somewhat of a negative connotation.
Mm.
Like, to be prideful is to think that, oh, I did it. It was me.
It was
When in
only
reality,
me.
yeah, it was only me, exactly. When in reality, it wasn't only you. You made the choice, but you made the choice to use what was given to you.
Mm.
And I think, obviously, that's always the smarter choice than
Yeah.
rather just leaving it.
I think there's also like this kind of American dream mentality
Mm.
of like, you can be proud for putting in the hard work and the effort, and but I really liked what you said about being grateful, so maybe replacing that word with I'm so grateful that I have this energy to put in this work, because energy
Exactly,
is not just a given.
exactly.
Like,
Yeah, not everyone has the ability to use those tools either. So, like if you're given something, sometimes you can't fully use it because of whatever reason. Maybe, you were given a very intelligent brain, but for some reason you can't focus very well, or you have some sort of maybe like depression, and you're not able to use this brilliant brain or your talent that you have. So even that, like, you should be grateful, like, thank goodness that I can use everything that was given to me, because not everyone can. Or maybe other people have maybe more obstacles where they can't use it. So even that, I guess, something to be grateful for.
But so, if we define gratefulness, it's saying thank you to the person who gave it to us, right?
Yeah.
And but I feel like sometimes I want to be grateful for certain things, but I don't know how to be grateful. Like, it's kind of hard to define what gratefulness is to me.
I think obviously there's things that you can't thank the person or whatever, whoever, whatever gave it to you. You can't thank them. You can't thank someone for giving you an arm. You were born with it.
Yeah.
But even just acknowledging the fact that I was given this,
Yeah.
that's gratefulness, I think, on its own too.
Yeah.
Just acknowledging and looking around and taking a second and saying, wow, I live in this beautiful house, and I have a functioning body, and I have a brain that thinks and eyes that see, and I'm so lucky. Like,
Yeah.
even that is, I think, practicing gratefulness.
Yeah. It's just sometimes I feel like we are grateful because we see the difficulties of other people. And then we're like, oh, I'm grateful because they don't have it and I have it. But I feel as though there's something more out there. Like, I don't know, I feel like I'm grateful for, I don't know, like, I'm grateful because it was given to me, but I'm not grateful because others suffered. Like, I don't know how to say it. It's like because I feel like that's then fluctuating. Imagine one day someone, like, everyone is good. I mean, obviously maybe it won't happen, but I don't want to depend on uh, how other people are feeling or suffering to make myself feel grateful about something. You know what I mean? Like, I don't know. Like, for example, if I see, like,
Are you talking about like more a comparison?
yeah, like,
So,
oh, I have, like, I know that so many people live in poverty and I don't have poverty. So I'm feeling grateful for the money I have.
Actually, like an example of this very lately that happened
mhm.
is my sister. She lives in Vancouver, and she was telling me like I really want to see the sun. Like I really miss it. Like I want to go somewhere so I can be in the sun. And then this morning I woke up and there was the sun. So I felt a lot more gratitude for it because she showed me the duality of there's no sun in Vancouver.
Yeah.
Because usually like there's the sun every day in Bogota.
Mm-hmm.
So I sometimes kind of forget that this is something
That's a gift.
that is a gift, you
Well,
know?
I guess it's it serves as a reminder. When others have less than you think, oh, I guess I didn't even realize that this is something that I could not have. It's like when you have a stuffy nose, so you never think about
Yeah,
your
yeah.
ability to breathe. You breathe all the time. It's so naturally. And then when you're sick, you have a stuffy nose and you can't breathe out of one side or something, and you go, God, I wish I was more grateful for when I could breathe out of both sides of my nose.
Yeah, I definitely
Yeah, I think that's something we all experience.
But
Like,
then you live in a world where you live by the quote, like, I'm grateful for it only when it's not there.
I
Right?
think that it not. I
But
think you only realize it because
mm,
it would be way too much to think about everything that you have and be grateful for it. That's impossible. I think
it's overwhelming.
it's overwhelming. We have so much.
yeah, for sure.
We are given so much, but I think it's good because it serves as a reminder
Yeah.
when you see other people who don't have it or when you yourself can't do it. Like, so I hurt my thumb playing volleyball. I tore a ligament in my thumb, and I couldn't use my thumb on my right hand for 6 months. Oh my gosh. Like after I could use it, every time I used my right hand for a
Mm,
very long time, I was like, wow, I'm so grateful that I can use my right hand again,
yeah.
which is something so small. But still every now and then when I do something with my right hand, like I open a car door, which used to be very hard for me with my right hand, I think, thank goodness I have my right hand. That's so great.
Mm,
So I guess in a way it
yeah.
serves as a reminder from time to time because it's impossible to be grateful for every finger and every toe and it
Mm,
doesn't work.
yeah. But I think it brings a lot of happiness. It brings a lot of happiness to be grateful. It brings a lot of happiness to thank the owners of those gifts
Yeah.
that gave it to us, right? But I think then it's very important to practice gratitude then,
Oh, I think
like
it's
every
something.
day, right?
I think it's something we don't practice enough. Like especially when I go into to work to in the classroom and I hear all the students being like, I have a test today and my life sucks and my friend said this about me and blah 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 blah. I'm like, guys, these
Mm,
are these problems are this big.
yeah.
That you have a test today and your friend said you maybe don't look as good as you usually do, or silly things like that. I think like you got to take a step back from all
Mm,
these tiny little inconveniences that happen every day because they'll always be there, but you got to look at the bigger picture. And if you practice gratitude, then you start to think, okay, these little things, maybe they're not that important. They don't take up so much of your brain then. They don't take up so much of your time, and maybe you start shifting your way of thinking from something like I'm going to focus on every little bad thing that happened to why is that so important? Is it that
mm,
important?
yeah, for sure. And even yeah, when difficult things happen then in our lives, it's like, but what do I still have? Like,
Yeah,
what are all the gifts that I have, and what can I do with them? As we said before, like,
exactly.
what can I do with them? And that's a choice, right? Because here's then my question, like, if so many things are given to us, right?
Mm-hmm.
How do you think that we build a self-esteem? Because if everything has been given to us, right? Like it's from other people, and then people would say to you like, well, it's not really uh like you that did that. It was because of your parents, or it was because uh of your teacher. But I feel like you can be a good student, right? At school, and people will see the value in that. People will be like, whoa, you really learned. Like, I'm proud of you. I'm proud of you because I know it was difficult and you put the effort, because you had fear but you chose love. You know what I mean? I feel
Mm.
like that's how you can build self-esteem.
Yeah.
Or how do you think you can build self-esteem?
I mean, I guess you can look at the choices that you make and how they impact the people around you. So, using these things that were given to you, these gifts, your talents, maybe for good, for others, and then you see their reaction and how they take it. And when you see that you've done something good, you can think like introspectively, like, wow, I was able to use this thing to make someone else happy or to put more good into the world. That means I did something good. I think like that. Maybe your self esteem is like, I'm able to do something that can bring good into the world.
Yeah.
And in that way, slowly, slowly, your self esteem goes up and up.
But then, so it's a mix. It's a mix of gratitude of
Mm-hmm.
all the people who gave me. And from all those gifts, I make choices, right?
Yeah.
Because there are a lot of people who get those gifts, but I see them more as opportunities, right? It's because, like, a lot of people will be like, oh, but you're so lucky. But I think luck is a lot about you prepared, and at the right moment, you made a good choice out of an opportunity that presented itself to you,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah. Yeah, actually, because I think a little while back I was having lunch with a friend or dinner or something, and I was telling her about how I was traveling to places that spoke French, to places that spoke Spanish, and it was really great because I could understand. And my friend, she looked at me and she was like, "Wow, Deanna, you're so lucky that you can speak these languages." I remember for a second I was like, "Well, hold up. That's not luck. I wasn't born being able to speak these languages." So, like when I was born, I learned English and Romanian because we spoke English and Romanian. But French and Spanish, like I put work into doing that. So it wasn't luck per se.
Yeah.
I of course I want to say like I had a huge advantage knowing Romanian because they're very similar. And I had an advantage of, okay, I have a place to study. I have a place to go and learn. I can go to university. I have parents who will pay for me and support me. And I have, of course, all this help. But I also put in the work to do that.
Yeah.
Like I made the choice. And so I guess because of that, because I thought, no, no, I made this choice to use everything that I was given. That's not luck. It's not.
Yeah, and I feel like it's not fair to call it luck.
No,
Like,
it's not.
It's almost like belittling your efforts so that the other person feels better. Like I feel like
Yeah.
when someone says you're lucky, you're so lucky for that you have that. It comes from an emotion of I want that for myself, but I can't achieve it. So I'm going to call it luck because luck is not something I can get on my own.
Yeah, I think that's a great point. Yeah, you look at something like super big and you're like, wow, I wish I could do that. And you think you can't, but you did. So you're so lucky that you did.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And also, I think it takes away our free will. And it's almost like, well, then I do nothing on my own.
Mm.
You know what I mean? Like, even when I put the most effort to learn languages, people will say it's luck. So then it's like, yes, I'm grateful for the gifts that were given to me. I'm living in a country where I have good teachers, right? And I can learn languages, but that doesn't mean that I didn't put effort to go to school every morning, right? And then instead of going out with friends on a Saturday night, you know what? I work more. I saw YouTube videos on how to improve my Spanish, or
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Absolutely. I think, yeah, for sure, that free will is that choice. That's that choice you make to use what you were given. And that, I think, if we're going to go back, that's that self-esteem where you can see, oh, look, I'm making good choices. I'm doing well. I'm a good person. I'm using things properly, kind of thing. So I think, yeah, they're all very connected. Yeah, it's a good point that you brought up with the free will. I think that's super important. Because,
And
yeah, sorry, go
and
ahead.
like what you said in the very beginning about switching that pride to gratitude, I think is so like it works. It works here because when you feel as though, oh, like it wasn't luck, then what was it? It was you were so grateful for what the things you had, and you took that choice with your free will and used them when you
Yeah,
could.
it's like honoring your gifts.
Mm-hmm.
Like, right? Like you get gifts from everyone, and then why not honor them and choose to make something good out of it?
I also think that making that choice to use it is a form of gratitude as well. Because if you're given like what's a good
Because you
example?
can make
A
the
book.
choice.
You're given a book, okay? You make the choice to open that book and to read it. Think about the person who gave you that book. How are they going to feel? They see you reading that book, using it. They're going to think, "Wow, they're using it. They like my book. This is great." That's a way to show gratitude too. When you're using what you're given.
Because then you're grateful for the thing you have by using it.
Exactly. You
I really
show
like
it.
that.
You show it.
Yeah, it's a way of saying thank you. By honoring it,
Yeah.
you're actually saying thank you, and that person feels it. As you say, like when they see you reading the book, they feel so happy, right?
Mm-hmm.
This is a good time.
Yeah.
I agree.
So unfortunately, we need to stop this conversation because you're going back to
I have a
Vancouver
flight to catch.
right now.
We were lucky to have you for these moments though.
No, I honestly thank you so much for having me and obviously for letting me stay at your guys' house. Like speaking of gratitude, thank you so much. Like I learned so much from being here too. Like, you know, with Spanish, with traveling, with how you live, how you eat. Like I'm so grateful. So thank you so much. Thank
But
you.
you also made the choices to be here.
I did, and to be open to this way of
Yes,
living too.
yes.
Like you said, you were shocked. You were like, I didn't believe you'd be so open to eating vegan. And I was
You
like,
ate
"Of
vegan for a
course."
whole week.
Give or take, like give or take.
Yeah.
But yeah, no, when you guys cooked every time, it was amazing. And like, you know, I learned a bunch of stuff from you guys, and I'll bring it home and make something good out of it. Oh, so thank you. Thank you very much.
Thank you.